Hey, so we're doing another year in review. It's 2020. It's the world's best year, as everyone in the history books will say. Um, so yeah, I'm in the attic this time. I'm not in some car in some car park somewhere. Obviously, because I couldn't be asked to just go out and sit in the car when everyone's supposed to be staying at home anyway. I did one of these last year, but the phone died like halfway through the recording, so I still have it. I'll upload it at some point. But yeah, it's been a crazy year, as it has for everyone, I think. Where do I start? So at the moment, I'm in the attic. Kim used to have this as her office, but now I'm up here as my little man cave. I've got my amp, I've got my old video games, I've got a computer, I've got everything I need. So yeah, this is really nice. Yeah, all of this is obviously just off the cuff, so I haven't planned any of this. I got a small list though of like things that we did throughout the year. So if I go through some things in January, I was very lucky to go to Mallorca with my dad and my Bamp and Aiden and Phil and Rob as well, and that was really good. Besides the fact that it pissed down pretty much the entire trip, it was a really good trip to spending time with my dad and lots and lots of drinking. I'll say that's at the very least, lots and lots of drinking. But it was good to get like a holiday in before the inevitable came along. I also got very big into board games this year. The very beginning of the year, I was going on YouTube and finding lots of like new board games, and there's one I really like called Escape the Dark Castle. They got a new game out called Escape the Dark Sector, which I've been playing a lot of. I spent the majority of my pay in January and February on board games, and it actually helped quite a lot when the pandemic hit, because I was playing a lot of them. We went to board game cafes, but sadly those board game cafes have closed down now because of what I'm coming to. So yeah, that was that. February, for Dan's birthday, we went to Tiny Rebel as a sending off because Dan was leaving for America. And yeah, it was a very strange day. It didn't feel real at the time. It was just like, okay, he's going to America, and I don't know. It's just strange that he's over there now, and he's been married in a year. He's got married. He's got like dogs, and he's got a kid on the way, which is insane. Like it's really cool. I'm really happy for him. But yeah, I do want to see him again. So yeah, miss you, Dan. Then in March, obviously the lockdown came in. I was hearing things on Reddit about like this new disease that was like that they'd spotted, and that they said that was like very contagious. And you read it at the time and you think, oh, okay, well, it's never going to come over here, and then you start seeing it and people doubting just how contagious it is and how bad it is. So yeah, the lockdown came in, was it like late March or something like that, and the effects of it has been felt the whole world over. I seriously feel like we don't know what the full extent of it's going to be, especially even in 2021. I know we all have high hopes for it, but I feel like it's going to be more of the same, maybe even worse. So yeah, I'm going to stop talking about COVID now and get on to something else. So we said that this summer we were going to get a dog, and we decided, we were like, yeah, this summer seems like the right time. Because of COVID, we were like, screw it, like we're working from home now. I stopped working at the office. We just got our new office as well in work, and we literally worked there a couple of days, got told to work at home. It's been really nice working at home, I'll say that. But the lack of any social events or any like just any social contact at all has been the hardest part. Otherwise, working from home has actually been really good. Still been able to communicate well with my team. Yeah, I may as well talk a bit more about work. I'll get onto the dog in a minute. In work, I've taken on a bit more of a leadership role. I'm not like a manager kind of telling people what to do, but it does seem like a lot of people are like looking up to me for like what to do now, and you know, advice on certain situations. So that's really nice. And I've probably learned, honestly, probably learned more this year about work and my job and technology, web development in general, than I probably have in the past. I've been working there 8 years now, so yeah, it's been really good. We did a lot of quizzes when it first started because everyone was kind of like down. Every week we did a quiz, and that was really fun. But then after everyone had a turn, it was just like, oh, well, we'll stop doing that now. So yeah, anyway, onto the dog. I always wanted a spaniel. In my head, I wanted a spaniel, so I kind of went into that. But obviously, once COVID happened, the dog prices like exponentially shot up. Like some dogs were just like $1,000 or something like that. But we were quite lucky that when we first started looking, there was a collie on there, or a litter of collies going for like 300 or something like that from Abergavenny. So we were just like, screw it, let's just do it. Let's just jump right into it. And yeah, basically, we went over to Abergavenny when we weren't supposed to. I remember we weren't supposed to leave the house, and we picked up a little boy, and we've called him Toby. I don't know how that name came in. I think maybe from Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man. But no, he's amazing. It's crazy just how we knew how he would change our life, like having a dog in our lives. But he's changed our lives so much, and I couldn't imagine anything else now. Like last year, I was quite down. I wasn't down, but like in the summer, I hardly did anything, hardly did any exercise, and now I'm getting out every single day. You know, I'm still eating a lot more, but I'm getting a lot more exercise, and just I'm not wasting as much time on the computer. You know, yeah. So it's been very nice having Toby. Yeah, I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to stop there. Toby's amazing. April, I turned 29. Yeah, it's crazy. One more year till I'm 30, or 4 months. 4 months now, but I'm not that bothered about it. So one thing I wanted to do, I wanted to learn something like while lockdown was going on, and I had work and web development stuff, and I was learning a lot then. But I really wanted to learn how to make a computer, and my computer was really slow. So I went online, figured out how to fireworks going off. I found like how to, you know, attach a motherboard to the RAM and the CPU and fans and what case to get and the power supply, all these different things, and I managed to build like a really nice computer. So I spent under $1,000 or around $1,000, and it's one of the best things I've ever decided to do. It's been so fun. If anything goes wrong with it now, I can actually like diagnose it, and I've been upgrading my storage space, upgrading stuff as I go along. Yeah, and it's helped me with video editing, absolutely everything. Yeah, and I've been getting into games a lot more. I never bothered with Steam before, but now my Steam library is fucking massive, and I love it. So what else happened? That's something I forgot to mention. Me and my mate Joss from Asuna, we started doing something like every week or twice a week to go on Twitch, and my mate Joss would like stream games and stuff like that, and we'd play through the games. So we played through the end of Final Fantasy X, appropriate hoodie, appropriate jumper. I got this for Christmas, by the way, if you can't tell. And then we played through Lost Odyssey all the way through, and we just finished that. And I've been editing like videos of our adventure, and they are quite funny. They're quite long, but it's a long process, but that's been really fun. That's been keeping us going like every single week. God, I do have a lot to talk about. So in July, we were very lucky that there was a bit of a window that we could go. We had this trip booked for a while. We were going to go to Skye up in Scotland. Kim's family were going to like book a place up there, and we were going to go up there. So we drove up to Skye with Toby, which was crazy. He was like really young at the time, and it was like 14 hours drive up there. So we were stopping like every 3 hours or so to take him for a walk and you know, go to the toilet and stuff. And we went all around Skye. We'd been there. Me and Kim had been there like a few years back, but we really explored it this time, and it's a magical place. Yeah, it's really, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I recommend doing that. What else have I been doing? I've been experimenting with a digital audio workstation. I never, like you have GarageBand and things like that. I heard a lot of good stuff about Reaper. I've always been afraid of like audio engineering, but I really had a crack at it this time, and I've been doing it obviously to do my covers and stuff like that, and learning just how treble, bass, all these things that were just I never really cared about or never thought about. I'm learning about them, and that's been really fun. What else have I done this year? I'm going to try and round this off a bit more. So, November, we've had like a bad damp problem in the house for a while. So, we were supposed to get this done last year, but just couldn't afford it, and it was just too wet to really do anything about it. So we got people in to sort the damp out in the house. They had to go in pretty much every single room from the bottom floor and the first floor. That took about 2 weeks, so the house was just a mess, just all the walls had to be stripped, all the radiators taken off, and just like there was dust everywhere from like plastering and everything. But I'm really glad we got it done now. Cost a couple of grand, but it's something that really needed to get done, and we got that done. That was a big thing that happened. And then coming to this month, Ross and Daisy finally got a house, which I'm really happy for them. It was kind of unexpected because Ross has been in that apartment, in that flat for so long. But I'm really, really happy for them. They're living over in Wattsville right now. I've seen the house. It looks really good. A really big shame that we couldn't be there. Like, we normally see each other on New Year's Eve, but yeah, it was a shame that we couldn't go over to their house because we normally have them, and they wanted the pleasure of doing it. And because of this like increased tier, now tier 4, we obviously can't do anything. And yeah, we come to the first Christmas we had at home. Christmas Day we woke up here. And obviously you could only travel on Christmas Day, so we woke up here, we had breakfast, opened some presents, went over to my family's, and yeah, had Christmas dinner, played some games. It was really nice. I don't think there's much else to say. I'm just going to quickly check how long this has gone on for. Alright. Let me see if I can round this off. What do you say? I hope next year's going to be a lot better. If there's anything, any goals we have for next year, honestly, I don't have any. I'd like to see my friends again and go out and do more stuff. I really don't know. I just try and be positive for the next year. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I know Gareth has been watching these, so there's a shout out for you, Gareth. Hopefully see you next year sometime. That's pretty much it. I could go on and babble on a bit more, but yeah, I'm still editing the second a day. So the second a day from last year and the year in review from last year and the second a day from this year are still being edited, so they're not going to come out for like a few months probably, but yeah. Anyway, thank you very much if you are watching, and I will see you next year. Bye bye. I haven't had a drink. That'll do. Bye bye.